code for DB2 on zOS has many features that allow a DB2 zOS DBA to keep track of their subsystem. Now, on Toad, you could select a subsystem from your drop-down list of objects. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see a series of tabs that display various information. The first tab is going to display your connection information. The second tab is going to display your zparm parameters and their values. The next tab will display the threads or the applications that are connected to your subsystem, and you could easily right-click and cancel a thread if you so wish to do that. We have a utilities tab that will display currently executing or stop utilities, and you could easily right-click and terminate those utilities as well if you wish to. We have a pending objects tab that's going to show you objects that are in pending states, such as copy pending, reorg pending, etc., and allows you to view those objects in one report. There's a pending DDL tab that shows you the changes that are still pending. So for example, sometimes you'll make a modification to certain database objects and those won't actually take account until a reorganization has been done. So you could see that if there are some pending changes that will show up in this report here. And we have a dynamic statement cache tab as well, which will show you dynamic statement cache tables and their contents. And it will also allow you to create those if you do not have those. So if you wanted to create a dynamic statement cache table, we'll generate the syntax for that. If you want to actually externalize information from DB2's memory into a dynamic statement cache table, you could do that as well just by running this statement that will externalize the data. Then once the data is externalized, you could view it on the bottom grid, and you could see information about that data. You could see the SQL statements that were captured in that dynamic statement cache table. You could do things like open that SQL in a SQL editor. So we'll open up an editor, quickly format that to see what it looks like. And you could do things like run that, send it to our query tool to be explained, check out the explain plan for it. So a pretty powerful set of tools around the dynamic statement cache. You could also do things like, display whether you have monitor traces set on or off, which affects how much data is going to be in the dynamic statement cache, and things like starting and stopping those monitors as well. We also have an administrative authorities tab. And this tab is going to display like the high-level authorities that users might have. For example, sysadmin authorities, install authority, syscontrol. So those higher-level authorities will be displayed on this control here. And you get things like, automatically invoke our user privileges screen to automatically modify authorities for any given user that is showing up here. So those are the things that are available on the DB2 zOS subsystem tab.